Thanks, Russ. Well, you've been warned. You can't talk on your cell phone while driving anymore in Missoula. The law kicked in this week, but as Irina Cares tells us, you'll get a warning before a real write-up.
If you're caught talking on your cell phone now, you can still be pulled over, but for the next 60 days, police can only issue warnings.
During that 60-day period, Police Chief Muir and I are working on a public information campaign that will likely use all the mediums that we have at our disposal, combination of probably news coverage, mountain line bus ads.
The city also plans on putting up signs around Missoula to make sure people know about the ordinance.
We want visitors to be as informed as people who live here. So we'll have to do informational signs at the different places that people can enter the city.
You can use the phone in your car as long as you're not holding it in your hand.
Without it being in their hands, that's not a violation. It's while they have it in their hand, up to their ear, or out in front of their face.
First responders are exempt from this ordinance, but Missoula police still put in hands-free devices into their patrol cars.
We're going to try to set an example, and if we are talking on the phone while we're in the car, we're going to be using hands-free devices, except for those extreme emergency situations where an officer just doesn't have the time to use one of those.
Those situations might include the officers simply not having enough time to sync a cell phone to the hands-free device in the patrol car. In Missoula, Irina Cares, MTN News.
50% of the money collected from fines will go towards financing public information and signs that warn people about the ordinance. Signs should be put up by early February. And as soon as the new ordinance was passed, hands-free devices started flying off the shelves at Missoula retailers. Customers at the VERIZON store have covered all demographics, men, women, and teenagers. One of the hottest selling hands-free devices is the Visor, which works with calls, text messages, and applications. That model's a little pricey, but there are other styles to fit most budgets.
We have headsets that start at $15 and can go all the way up to about $130, depending on capability and what you want to do. Some people don't just want it for talking, it'll work with their music, their different applications, so it really depends on what the person wants their device to do.
Part of that rush has to do with the holidays. Now, we wondered if your insurance rates would go up if you are cited. Several agents we spoke with weren't sure. One of them suspects that because it's a city and not a state law, rates won't be affected. But talk to your individual agent if you're concerned.